everyone, this is Colleen with yarnwars.com, and today we are going to work on the Stormy Waters scarf or infinity scarf. I call it Stormy Waters just because it's a lot going on there, like water dripping or raindrops dripping in the water, causing little ripples. So it's really a fun texture, and it's a fun scarf too. It's not a boring 1-2 stitch. You got a couple of things you do in here to kind of switch things up, but it gives you a great texture. And the yarn that I used for this, and that I would suggest for this, just because it came out so cozy. And if you're looking for a nice like a thicker scarf along with this texture and the landscapes, this does a really nice job. And I would say, you know, what's similar to the Lion Brand landscapes would be maybe the Unforgettable by Red Heart. So I'm going to be using this to work our project today. And what you're going to want all together here is you're going to want your landscape yarn in whatever color you wish. We want a pair of scissors, a tapestry needle of any size, and we're working with a J hook. So you may not be able to see that, doesn't matter, it's a J hook. So get your supplies together and we'll pop back in and get started. I just wanted to jump back in real quick and just give a quick tip. The Lion Brand Landscapes works really well from the center pull. I found on 2 skeins that I've worked, and which, by the way, I did forget to mention, we're going to be using 2 skeins of this for a 50-inch scarf. So it's actually around 52 inches. It's around 25-26 inches for just 1 skein. So but if you would like to work from the center pull, which I do normally, you pull it, and the one thing that does stink about this though is that you're gonna get a bunch of it. So coming from the other end, right? You will get a good chunk of it, and I just take this and I roll it back around the outside of this. I'll just roll it till I've got to a more manageable amount here and get started. But still, I just find it a lot easier to work from the center if I can. Not all skeins are easy working from the center. So if you wish to do that, I'm gonna pop back out again and I'm gonna get situated and I'll be right back. So we start our project out with, of course, our slip knot. I just go cross over like that, and I put my working yarn up the back, and you can either pull it through with your fingers or your hook. And just give it a little tug on your hook. Now we are going to make, I am going to be working a starting chain of 21. You can work this as wide or as narrow as you like. That's up to you. This one is about 5.5 inches across. So we used a 21, or I used a 21 chain for that. So you want to start with an odd number, but make it as, you know, whatever size you like. Start with 21 chains. All right, so we have our chains. And we're going to start by working into the second chain on our hook. So several of you know the seamless foundation that I have, which is just, I do have a video, a standalone video on that, which I'll try to get that into the pattern, the link for that. But it's just working the back spine, and it gives you a nicer finish all around to the one area of your scarf. So you can either work into, and I'll just do this to be easier, you can work into your second chain right there on your hook. We're going to work a half double crochet. So we yarn over, go into that stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then we yarn over and pull through all 3 of the loops on that. So we are going to work starting from the second chain from the hook, like we did. We're going to work a half double crochet into each stitch down, which is going to give us a total of 20. So you see what we did there. We are now going to have a magic number of 20 stitches. So just go ahead, and this is going to be the most exciting round for you. Not really. This is kind of the most painful round for me. It goes a lot faster in front of me. I mean, more in front of me. I'm going to be working with this yarn a little bit just until it comes off of the skein. So we're going to work 1 half double crochet into each chain down. Now the landscape yarn is pretty much as painful to have to frog or rip or undo as the Unforgettable. Now, I am one of the people that absolutely loves Unforgettable, and I absolutely love this yarn. I obviously don't like it when I have to take it apart, but I have come up with my own way of doing that, so it's not as painful as it could be. So we are coming into the end. I'm going to do that again. But it is just a very similar yarn. Okay. Sorry that took so long there. It doesn't usually take me this long to do my foundation row. So we now have 20 stitches because remember we didn't work into the first chain, we worked into the second chain from the hook to start to go down. So you start by chaining 21 and we will work into the second chain on our hook, a half double crochet into each stitch down, which is going to give us a total of 20 stitches for this project if you're working the same as me. So now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to turn our work. We're going to skip the first 2 stitches. 1, 2, and we're going to work 3 double crochets into this third stitch. 3 into that same stitch. Pull through, yarn over, pull through. So we're going to go into that same stitch and we're going to make a total again of 3 double crochets. We're not going to chain. We're going to skip our next 2, and into that third one we're going to work another set of 3 double crochets. We're going to do this all the way down. We'll skip the next 2 and work into that third 3 double crochets and do this to the end. Skip 2, work 3 double crochets into the third. 2, we're almost there. When we're finished, this should give us a total of 6 sets of 3 double crochets. And we'll do that. We'll skip our 2, and then we'll go ahead and do 3 double crochet into this one. And oops, this leaves us with only 2 stitches left. So we're just going to skip 1 and we're going to work a double crochet, 1 double crochet into this last stitch right there. So this is what we have, and right now we have, as you see, a total of 6 of our sets of 3 double crochet. So for our next round, we are going to chain 2. 1, 2. Turn our work towards us. Into our first stitch right there, we're going to work 1 single crochet. Like that. Now we are coming into our 3 double crochets. We're going to work a front post. I'm going to tell you first and then I will do it and explain as I go. Front post double crochet around your first double crochet. We're going to work a single crochet in, a normal single crochet into our second double crochet, and a front post double crochet around our third double crochet. So we'll start with that first one, yarn over. We're coming in behind and through that first, let me get in here, look at it without the camera for a sec. Come into that first double crochet and we're going to yarn over and pull that through. Then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've just worked around that 1 double crochet. We're going to work 1 single crochet onto that second double. So we're just going to come in here and work a single crochet. And then we're going to again work a front post double crochet around this third double crochet. So we'll yarn over, we'll come in and through, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we've completed our first set of double crochets. So what we're going to do is, without chaining, we're going to reach over here because we have our next set of 3. We're going to work this the same way. We're going to come in behind and through that first double crochet in that set, and we're going to work a double crochet, a front post double crochet. Into our second stitch, we're going to work a single crochet. Into our third double crochet, again, we'll work another front post double crochet. Okay, so here we are. We're going to complete this the same exact way down the road. We're going to come in for our first and our third double crochets are going to be front post double crochets. Our middle or our second double crochet is always going to be a single crochet. So we'll go ahead and finish this round and then move on to our next. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that, or you can just work along with me here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And it actually gets really fast after you get the hang of what you're doing. Okay, so we are in our last set of 3 double crochets here. Okay, We are working our set of 3 double crochets the same exact way. We'll work a front post double crochet, a single crochet, a front post double crochet, and then we're going to work a single crochet into the top of that 3rd chain that we worked up in the beginning of our last round. So we're going to work into that top, we're going to work a single crochet. So this is what we have so far. And you can already see the pattern forming here. So this is almost all there is to this pattern. It's so easy. From here, we are going to repeat the last 2 rounds. We'll be chaining 3, turning our work. We're going to skip the first 2 stitches, that one, and we're going to work 3 double crochets into this one. We're going to skip our next 2 stitches there, and into this one here, we're going to work 3 double crochets. And this is going to line our sets up right underneath each other. They're going to just be stacked, doing it this way. Skip 2, work your 3 double crochets. So go ahead and continue this. Pause the video, finish off your round, and when we get towards the end of this one, then we will meet back up. See you in a moment. So we've reached the end of our round, or our row. From here, we'll just skip 1, like we did in that first one, and work 1 double crochet into the last stitch. So we're going to skip this one and work a double crochet into that one. All right, so we are here. And our next round, we are going to chain 2, turn our work towards us. We are going to work 1 single crochet right into that first stitch there. We're going to come straight over to the set of 3 double crochets and work a front post double crochet, a single crochet into our next one, and a front post double crochet around our next one. And we're going to do this down the line just like we did before with the front post, a single crochet, and a front post. And get this yarn. Front post, single crochet, and front post. And I know this yarn is not the easiest to see. Let me see if I could zoom in and just do this one more time. I'll do it slow. We're doing front post around this first double crochet. And then into the next, into this one, we're working, which is our second double crochet in that cluster, we're working a single crochet. And then into this third one here, we are working another front post double crochet all the way to the end. So we are doing the same thing in those last 2 rounds that we did. We're going to be repeating those through to the end. Since I'm at the end, I'll stick with you here. You're going to be repeating those and growing your scarf. Single crochet and front post double crochet. And then when we come in to the end, we're going to work 1 single crochet into the top chain, that 3rd chain up there. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, turn our work, and we're going to start working our sets of 3 double crochet again. We're going to work that round. And then when we get to the end of that, we are going to be chaining 2 and working a single crochet into the first, then front post double crochet, single crochet, front post double crochet, front post, single, front post, and you work that all the way down. So you repeat those 2 rows until you've reached the length of scarf that you like. And like I said, 2 of these skeins of the landscape will complete around a 50 to 52 inch scarf. It was about 52 inches on mine. And that was 2 full skeins. So that didn't give me any room if I wanted to border it, which I didn't. I'm fine with it the way it is. I like actually how this nice thing, I don't mind on some of the yarns. I don't mind the borders. I like this end of things. Kind of wish it worked on both ends, but that's okay. I like how it kind of scallops out for this whole end here. But this one is not, it's just a very basic edging here. So it's not looking, to me anyway, bad at all. And I actually like it. So I'm not going to change it, and I will be wearing this because it's so nice and warm. You guys are really going to love this. If you work this with a landscape, I promise you, you are going to love this texture because it is so warm, and you'll be making your Christmas gifts with this one. Just because with this pattern, it gives us a texture that's just very cushy, warm, and with this yarn, it's just a great all-around winter scarf. So go ahead and grow this to the length that you like, and then we will come in after we complete ours. I actually might be frogging this myself and switching because they were out of landscapes, and I don't know if they're pulling them from the shelves at my store or not, but I was at one store and I didn't want to go to another store for it where I knew they'd have it, but I'd have to drive further. So I had to get only what they had left, and they had 2 black skeins and 1 navy skein. This one is actually called Steel Blue. Love it. Love it. So, yeah. So go ahead and just grow this to the size that you like, and when we come back, we'll have the full-size scarf that we are wanting. I wanted to come back in real quick and show you. You can use other yarns for this, and this is actually turning out really nice too. This is such a pretty, I had a skein that I had gotten online of the Deborah Norville Premier. It is an alpaca. Let's see. Glasses, glasses, glasses. Where are you? It has 75% acrylic, and it has 25% alpaca. So anyhow, but there's, just to give you an idea, this is a much thinner yarn. It does have still that 4, the medium weight, which we will be using with the landscape if you're using that, but it has a much lighter feel to it. And this particular yarn, it suggests that you use a 4.5 hook, which I believe is a G hook. But it's still, it just is coming out really nice too. So just kind of a comparison. You're going to have a thicker scarf with the landscapes for sure. It's going to be a thicker and a kind of a more sturdy with a lighter feel, weight to the yarn. You're going to have still a very nice scarf. You could even make this into a dress scarf for work, you know. So I just wanted to give you an example of what would happen if you changed yarn. because you can use a different kind of yarn. Absolutely. With this, you just want to adjust your hooks, your hook size accordingly. And now I will let you get back to your scarf and we'll meet up in just a bit. So hopefully you saw the last note right before we cut out in the last video, just giving you the information on the repeat rows. I do have them below in the description so that you can grow this to the length that you desire. Now I have not finished this scarf. Today I'm going to pick up another skein of the steel blue. As you see, my tail. This is as far as I got with it. And I believe I told you about 25 inches with one skein. And this one's about 26. So yeah, it's about 25 or 26 inches with that. So I will go ahead and let you know how to finish this off because this is going to be my my final video. But once I finish with my last round of the front post, single crochet front post, after continuing this, what I'll do is I chain one, turn my work, and starting from the first stitch, I work 1/2 double crochet into each stitch across to the end to finish it off. And that gets it looking pretty similar to our beginning, where we worked our row of 1/2 double crochets first before we got into our pattern. So when we finish working everything, and right now, of course, I have not finished, but I do want to show you quickly. I have a tutorial on an invisible granny square join. That invisible granny square join will also work perfectly for this type of a project. All you need for the join is visible stitches. So just to give you a quick finish off here, if you were wanting to make this an infinity scarf, once you've completed growing your scarf to the length that you want it to be, leave a tail. And you're going to be connecting in to the stitches. I'm not going to go through the whole deal. There is a separate video for my invisible granny square join, and that'll give you a good, that'll give you all the information that you need to know for how to close off a granny square. But we just go into the top of that, through the fiber, and out. This is just a join method that I came up with when I was making a blanket for my daughter, and it was a granny square blanket, and it worked out so well that I had to share it with everybody else. So this would work perfectly to make a seamless join. I'm not going to go real far with this because I am not finished making mine, but once you've completed working all of this together, you'll have just a seamless join. You won't be able to see exactly where you joined. Well, you may be able to see it, but it won't be bulging out anywhere. It'll be just a nice, flat, flush join. And I'm sorry, that's my dog wandering around here. So I'm not gonna finish off here because obviously I'm going to attach another skein, and I just wanted to show you how easy it is to turn this into an infinity scarf if you wanted to make one. So yesterday in my free time, I also started on a block, which I do have another skein for, so I'm going to add on to this today. That's as far as I got to it before I went to bed. But here is my completed gray scarf, and it's just really nice. Nice length, nice texture. You're going to love this scarf. So I really hope that you like the pattern, and you try one out. because I think you'll be very pleased with how it comes out. And if you do make one, I would love to see it. You can come over to our group on Facebook. The link is below in the description, and share it with the community. I would love to see it. You can tag me in it so that I can come check out your scarf. But we also are on, we have a page on Facebook as well. Link is also in the description. All of the social media links are down below in the description. We can be found at yarnwars.com. You'll find all of our free patterns, and all of our printable patterns are available in our group files tab. So our Facebook group holds all of the PDF files for this. So if you want to print it out and make it easy on yourself, you just come on over to the group and grab yourself a copy there. I hope that you'll subscribe today. We have lots of new free patterns always coming out. I have a couple that I just recently released, a fun bucket hat along with a dog frisbee toy. Check those out, and the other many videos that I have. I like to do a walkthrough for all of my patterns. So I hope you've enjoyed. I've enjoyed being with you today, and I'll see you again soon.